Let's look at the book of Amos. The book of Amos is one of the 12 books of the minor prophets in the Old Testament. It's a short book, only 9 chapters long, and it is a powerful book with a strong message for both the people of Israel and for us today. It was written by a man named Amos, who was a shepherd and a fruit grower. He wasn't a priest or a Levite, but God chose him to be a prophet to Israel, and he delivered his message to them while they were in the northern kingdom of Israel during the 8th century BC. The main message of Amos is that God is just and holy, and that he will judge the people of Israel for their sin. He warns them that the oppressing the poor and the needy and the foreigners in their midst, as well as their religious hypocrisy and their idolatry, all of these things are an abomination to God, and he will not tolerate them. In fact, Amos 5:21 says this, I despise your feast. I do not want to smell the burnt offerings. God is sick of their sacrifices. Why? Because their hands are covered with blood and their feet have run their way to idolatry. Their religion has become a sham. They think that they can just go to the temple and make the appropriate sacrifices and that God will be appeased. But God says, no, I want you to be sincere in your worship. I want you to seek me earnestly. But the book of Amos isn't just a book about judgment. It's also a book about hope. For those who truly repent and turn back to God, there is forgiveness and there is restoration. In fact, chapter 9, verse 11 says this, in that day, I will restore the fortunes of David's fallen tents and rebuild the collapsed shelters of Israel. Then they will live in peace on their own soil, and no one will make them afraid. So the main themes of Amos are God's judgment against Israel for their sin, their idolatry, their oppression of the poor, as well as God's promise to restore and forgive those who turn back to him. As Christians, we can learn from Amos that true worship must be sincere, and that God is just and will hold us accountable for our actions. We must not oppress the poor or the foreigner or anyone else. And we must not be hypocritical in our religion. Our worship must come from a heart that is sincere. If we truly love God, then we will obey his word and we will put our trust in Jesus Christ, who is the only way to the Father. If you haven't put your trust in Jesus, I urge you to do so today. And if you have, I urge you to obey his word and to live a life that is pleasing to him. So that's a summary of the book of Amos. If you want to hear more summaries of the books of the Bible, stay tuned.